Hello guys, this is me again with another video. So today we'll be discussing about routing, how routing works in Blazor. So if you have not checked my previous videos, just go and have a check on that. So you'll get what exactly component is, like at least those words, like whatever we need to discuss in this particular topic. So you'll not be confused, like whenever I will tell you about the component work components, how I'll create the components. Those things you should not be confused. So if you'll check those videos there, like I have explained how to create the component, what is the component, and all those stuffs. So in this particular video, there is something new in this particular slide. Let me show you that. That is this one. If you see here, the release version is 03. 0.3. In the previous slides, I always used to mention 0.2. So this is the new particular new version. If you have a old application, there are some rules you have to follow. Microsoft has already published. Let me open my browser. Okay, they have already published a article how to do the migration of Blazor from 0.2 to 0.3. There are a couple of things you have to do. So if you go to this particular part, okay, so this is the part you have to modify in your Blazor application. So let me show you how exactly you can do that. Okay, let me create an application here, but anyway, it will create an application with 0.3. This is with the new version. So we'll select this one, then okay, this time we will select Blazor. It's a standalone application, then okay. So if you have the old application, this particular projects will be there. So what you have to do, let it load, then I can show you. Basically, you have to come to here. Okay, so yeah, then edit web and this proj file .cs proj file. So it will open this one. So currently, if you see the version here is 3.0. Okay. So it's a newer version. It will create in the newer version. If you are creating a new project and you have all those frameworks like Visual Studio updated and everything. So if not, then you have to go to here, just copy this part and put it there. Okay, it will work fine. There is some breaking changes also. Just you have to go to here and you have to find out what exactly those are, and you have to fix it. Uh, Apart from that, in this release there are new features also. So going forward, I will be discussing about that. But for now, for current for this particular video, we will be discussing about Blazor routing. So let's start this video. So what is routing? This is a way how we can map the URLs to the component. That means, suppose you want to navigate to a particular component, or you want to explore the component via URL. In that case, routing is comes into the picture. It's almost similar to the Razor Pages routing. If you are not familiar with Razor Pages, just go ahead and have a look on that. But it's not a fully fledged route till yet, so you'll not get all those routing feature whatever in the Razor Pages here. But it's almost similar to that. So to declare a route, what you have to do, you have to declare, you have to do the @page in the component level. Okay, and then you have to give your path. I will show you that. So then that will become the routing route for the particular URL. So you can route on that. So once you have declared your routes, what you have to do, you have to initialize all your routes. So it will be done in the application level once, and it can be like that will be the main setup from where the routing URL path will be mapped to the components. So then you have to invoke the routes via any like anchor tag or nab component, whatever it is given in Blazor itself. So you can specify placeholder to pass the data in the URL. So I'll come to that later. So let's go and see a demo of that. So currently, if you see, so you have this many. Let's create another component. So I will select in this one. Then I will say route.cshtml. This is what you have to remember. CSHTML. Okay. Then maybe in the like in the future release of this particular Blazor framework, they will come up where you can directly go and you can add space directly, but anyway, you can do it in both the ways. So the first step you have to do is you have to declare a route. So for that, you have to put at the rate, then page. Okay, then your path. So in this path, let us do it. What we will put it route. Okay, so this is we have already declared this route. That means we can explore this particular route by a slash route URL. That means it mapped to the slash route URL to this particular component. So now I will put a simple div tag. So where I will put hello route, okay, slash div. Okay. Now this part is done. Somehow it got delayed. Okay, no problem. It's actually a preview version. You can see it here. I'm using the preview version of that. So might be that is the issue. Hello route. Okay, so I will save it. Now the declaration part is done. So we'll have a check like how this particular route table is get initialized. So for that, just go to here app.cshtml. You can see this particular file app.cshtml. So just click on that. So if you see here, it is the place where exactly we are doing the route initialization. So and you can see the blue comment lines there from Microsoft. They this might in future this might not be here. They might change it to something else to the program.cs cs like with the way we do it in the MVC or web API. Maybe it will come like something dot use MVC sorry Blazor route or something that might happen in the future also. So the second part is already done. Now you have to navigate to that particular route component. So how we will do it? So let us go to our nav menu. Okay. So in the nav menu, what we will do? I will create another nav menu. Okay, it's taking time. Okay, then I have to put the route whatever I have put it. So if you see here, the route is slash route. Now I'll put a route. Okay. Then I will change this to route demo. Okay, save it. Now run our application. So it's a standard level application. That's why one project is there. So if you create hosted with ASP.NET Core to get all those end-to-end .NET experience, then in that case you will get 3 projects. Okay. So for now, this particular application is building. So yeah, it's most probably it will launch our browser, one instance of browser. Yes, correct. Okay, so you can see it here. Let us click and see what exactly happens. So you can see here, hello from Rout. So this is the first part which we covered. And another point, like if you don't want to use this particular things, okay, let us. Okay, so what I will do, I will delete this. Okay, I will create an anchor tag. I just wanted to show you like this is possible also. Route, then your demo route. Okay, so then I will press F5 again. So this is possible also. It's doesn't mean that only Nablang can you can go under route, use the routing, but in both the cases it will work. So let us click. But you can see it here. It has no, it don't have any style here. Okay, just click route. You can get the same result here. Hello from route. Okay, let us jump to our slide and see what is next. So route parameters. If you see there are common scenarios where you want to send data from one URL to another URL or from one component to another component or one page to another page, and that's a generic scenario in the web applications nowadays. So if you see there are a couple of ways you can send in other frameworks data from one component to another component. But in case of Blazor, it supports only data in the URLs. That means you can put it as slash value1, value2. But from getting the query string value from the query string, it is not yet supported. And from hash value, not yet it's supported. Most probably in the future it might come into the picture and it might support. So for now, if you want to do it, there are other ways you can do it. You have to do the some manual um, processing, then you can get those values for query string. Okay, so how to get that particular value? To get that particular value, you have to declare a property with the same name. Then you can get it. But one thing you have to remember, there it is not case sensitive. That means, suppose you have something like route does not equal to it is always equal to route. Okay, so case is insensitive. You can see it here. Okay, now let us. Okay, so this is the main part. Suppose you want to just specify the default route, the way we used to do in other applications. So that you can do it here with a @page slash. So let us jump into that, and we will see one by one whatever I discuss in this particular slide. So here, let us first go to make our routes component as a default. So if you see index.cshtml, currently it is point as a default. So what I will do, I'll change the default route because it should be unique, otherwise it will throw a exception. And I will put a slash here only. I just wanted to make this particular route as a default, like whenever the browser will launch, it should redirect, like it should show the route template here. That particular component as a default component. So you can see it here, right? This is hello from route. It's exist if you see. Yeah, it's hello from route. So basically it is showing us, but if you see the route is not pointing to slash route now because it's a root component. We set it as a root component. That's why it is happening. So let us roll it back so it will be easier for us to navigate. Okay, now save. The second part is how to pass the parameter from the like how to pass the parameter. Okay, in this case, suppose I just wanted to pass the ID. So this is the basic scenario we generally get from like any web application to pass the parameters. @function. Okay, then we have to declare a property with that particular name. But one thing in the order 3, they have like some changes are there. So to declare a parameter, what you have to declare, you have to declare a parameter attribute first. That means you have to declare your property as parameter, and you have to create a private property. Okay, suppose private string ID I will say. Okay, and it will be get, then is set. Okay, this is what. So what we'll do, how we'll come to know that whether what value is getting passed and that is correct or not. So in that case, I'll go in the deb route and I will put route and value is okay. Then it will give the value. So as @id. Okay, this part is done. So and you have to send this. You have to pass the parameter to this particular URL. Okay, so let us come to here, and instead of route we'll put 1. Now we just wanted to pass the 1 as a route to there. Okay, let us F5 then. So it's building the application. So now application is built, browser is launched. Okay, let us go to oh. So somehow this got closed. This is not the issue with this our browser. It might be a issue with it's a pre-built, right? So that might be a issue. So let us see. Okay, 63039. Let us try to launch it. Localhost colon 63069. Let's see. Up or not. What 63039? Okay, 63039. It's the wrong port. So it's launched now. Okay, somehow it got closed. Might be there is some issue with Visual Studio because everything is in preview version. So let us click demo route. Okay, you can see the values in both the places, right? You can see it here, one, and in the route also you can see it here. This is the value. Okay, so that means we are getting the value from here to there. So okay, I am closing it. Okay, so this is the OI. Okay, but you might be thinking why I like wrote it as a string and we are passing as an integer. Okay, let us see what happens if we'll put int here. Now if I, so hopefully it should break because if you are not specifying anything in the that particular type, then it will consider it as a string. So let's see what happens. Wow. Okay. Okay, I did not close it. Might be that is the issue. Let's see. So it will take time. 63039. Okay, 63039. Now we'll click developer tools. Now demo. Okay, this is what I just wanted to show you. So if you see here, okay, let me change my color of the pointer, blue. Okay, here, invalid cast exception. That means it is saying even though we are passing the 2 as a integer, it's a failing. Okay, and we will discuss these things in the next slide. So don't worry about that for now. And another thing you might have noticed here, if the ID in the like the name we are using in the parameter is different in the case from this one. That means it's in small and it's in capital. So that doesn't matter. Okay. So let us jump to the our slides. Okay. So I covered almost every point here. Okay. Let us go to next. Route constant. So you have seen that what happened here, like when I change the data type to string to int. So now what is route constant? So constant is something, it's a rule like which your routes can support. Suppose you just want to get the data in the route as a only int, not as a string, whatever is happening in that particular demo, whatever I showed you. So in that case, you can specify. So constraint is a like it's a similar concept with other ASP.NET framework families. So it should not be that tough. Like whenever you will come to the demo, you'll come to know that. So currently, these are the data types which is supported: bool, datetime, decimal, double float, int, and long. Okay, so this point I have already discussed. Like you have to set the slash as a default route. So we'll come to route matching after that. So let's jump to here and see some demos. So here you have already, I have already shown that when you declare it int as and it will start breaking. So to declare any constant, what you have to do, you have to place a colon, then the data type. Okay, so that means we are saying the ID will be always as a int. Okay, now I will press F5. It's building the application now. So one thing you have to be patient, like while developing this Blazor application, it takes a lot of time for that. Okay, so 63039, our application is running. Now I will click demo. You can see it right now. It's working as expected. It's passing the values to here. So this is the way you can pass the parameters from one to another. So let us see what happens if you instead of one, we'll try to pass some st hello. Okay, and I will run this application. So this should fail here because we are with the component router like component is expecting a int there, but we are sending a string there. Okay, so it will launch a browser. Okay, so now let's see and see, like nothing happened, right? Let us open developer tools. Okay, you can see it here. So it's saying, so it will router hello. That means it's saying the particular router does not match. That means if the constant doesn't match, then the router will not match. Okay, that's the simple statement here. So yeah, what else we can do? Okay, okay, so okay, so now let us pass a decimal value. or what, double. Okay, here I will place a double. Okay, done. Then we'll jump here instead of this 2.3. Okay, I just wanted to send this value and let us see what happens, whether it works or not. There are many breaking changes in current release. Most probably in the, like, not a preview also, right? So once the stable version came out, maybe will come out, then there many issues will be fixed there. Okay, so now you can see, right? Hello, value is 2.3. So this is the way we can send the value from one parameter to other parameter. Okay, so now let us jump to route matching. Okay, can declare routes in multiple literals. That means suppose you just wanted to like standardize your routes based on your folders and features. Okay, so in that case you can do it with multiple literals. So I will come to that. I will show you. So route matching is is not case sensitive. That's what I told from the beginning. If and this statement also I have already told you, like if the route constant does not match, then the route does not match. So segment number is different than route does not match, and that means segment. What do you say? Like the part of the URL, so we are calling it as a segments, right? What construct this a URL? Suppose you have something. Suppose let me first make it red. So okay, so okay, whatever blue. I guess you can see it. Okay, let us escape it. Now change it, then text mode. Okay, so what is segment? So suppose this is your folder one. Suppose okay, so suppose you have created a folder called Blazor. Okay, and you are just have a component having suppose demo or route, the way we created. So these are basically the segments. Sorry, Control Z. These are segments. Okay, that's what it is saying. So if the segment does not matter match, then the route will fail. That's the obvious part. So now let us jump. Whatever we discuss, we'll show to here. Okay, go to here. Now I just wanted to say like it's a Blazor, and we just wanted to show it's a demo. Okay, and let us whatever we have mentioned here, you have to give the same route there, like from where you are navigating it. So Blazor as dem route. Let me check whether this is correct or not. Blazor.route slash demo. Okay, Blazor slash demo. Let us put it route because that looks a little bit familiar. Whatever we are doing it in this context. So ROUT, save it, correct. Then I'll type F5. So it's building the application now. It will launch. Another thing I noticed, I just wanted to tell you guys. So if you are going with the ASP.NET hosted, in that case, I saw that the building and launching the browser is taking time. Okay, but if you are going with the standalone, it's very fast. Like as compared to that, it is very fast. So let us click here, so you can see it. So that means it is routing if you have a multiple literal also. So one thing keep in the mind, whatever route you are specifying, it will be here. Like in the way you can see it in the URL of your browser. So there is no concept of optional parameters in the particular release of Blazor. So what you have to do, suppose just you wanted to see like even though this value is null, you just want to redirect to this particular component. So in that case, what you can do, you cannot simply do it. Okay, so if you just wanted to go here and you want to make it optional, in that case, this is going to fail. Okay, because it is expecting that particular parameter and it will say this particular route does not match. uh, so I'll let you know like how exactly you can do that in the current release. Most probably in the future they are going to change it, but now you have to be with that. So if you click it here, there is no change, and you will see the error message: route cannot find any component with a router. Okay, so that is here. So what exactly you have to do, if you want to just create a default route, just create a another route. Okay, so with okay, so that's it. So you don't have to specify anything in the route parameter, just declare another route with no constant. Okay, let us see. So hopefully it should work. Like okay, let us see how. So it's building the application now. Application is launched. Now browser is going to be launched. Okay, okay, now let us click here. Okay, you can see the value is here, it is showing 0, but it is routing to that particular component with the without any parameter. Okay, that's how you declare optional route here in Blazor. A router programmatic. That means suppose there is a requirement that you just wanted to route from one component to another component based on your programmatically. Like suppose you want to save something. If the save is success, then go to the list page, like where exactly you just a success page. And if it is a failure, then in that case, just go to the failure page. So in that case, that is possible also. So for to do that, first you have to declare this particular statement in the top. It's a way by which we are injecting this particular IURI helper. Okay, so dependency injection is built in this particular framework, Blazor framework. So I will be discussing those things in the later videos. For now, this is the statement you have to declare on the top. Then once that is done, then from your application, then you can call URI helper, whatever variables you have mentioned, then navigate to that particular URI. Okay, let us see that in action. So let me open this now. So suppose oh, okay, so we'll create another component. Okay, a new item class or anything, but okay, su success.chtml. So okay, so here I am deleting it, and I will put simply div tag. Okay, so okay, route success. Oh, succ. What do you put? A route cess. Okay, we'll put here, like whenever there is a success or the button is clicked, the user will come to here. So here we'll put the routing, because this is where we have to route. That means okay, success success. Okay, it will come to here and will programmatically come to here. So in the route here, what we will do, let us everything is okay, keep everything whatever it is. The only thing, we'll put a button tag. Okay, now we'll say on click. Okay, so don't worry about these things are going to be in subsequent how exactly you have to call. But for now, to for this, there will be on click function. Okay, based on click, what we will call, we will call a function. Okay, so this function will be, suppose, public, then void, then redirect to successes. CCESS. Okay, when the user clicks the button, we just wanted to call this function, and we will just redirect the user to the success function. Success function, like success component, that means to this particular component. Let us come to here now, inject. Okay, so Microsoft dot ASP.NET Core dot Blazor dot services dot IURL helper. Here we'll put the variable name which we want to use, URI HELPR URI helper. I will name it as. Okay, now what I will do, URI helper, I will put the URI helper here, then read navigate. Okay, So here you have to specify the URL, whatever you have mentioned here. That means success. Okay, now end with semicolon, enter. So when the user will click this particular button, we have to redirect the user to this particular component. Okay, so let's now do redirect to success. Okay, now let us run this application. So it's building the application now. Okay, 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 application is launched. It's trying to launch the browser now. So you can see the port number there, 63039. Let us click. You can see, right? Redirect to success. Okay, so once you will click it, okay, it's not going. So basically it's a C#, right? So this does not matter whether it is here or not. Okay, so there the problem was I put it everything in the double quotes, right? That means it's trying to understand it is as a string. Okay, so it's not like thinking it as a C# function. That's why it is failing. So now let us go to here. Okay, now redirect. Okay, now you can see it. Route to success. Okay, so the issue is here, like if you put it in the double strings, that double quote, that means it is a string for it and it's trying to search for a function which is not present. And um, yeah, that's something like when you will come to the topic, how this both JavaScript and our Blazor works, that and that time you'll able to understand this. And this does not matter actually. If you don't, if you delete that also, it will work fine. But that matters because it will take as a delegate this function, whatever you are like you are giving it here, it is just kind of a delegate to it, and it will work. Okay, now browser is launched. Okay, click here. Now router is success here, success. Okay, so this is how you do the routing from Blazor programmatically. Okay, so yeah, this is the one declarative way. But if you want to create a like particular route, there are other ways also I can say, but that will cover in some other videos in when we'll go to little bit advanced topic. So in the next video, most probably I will be like there are some videos in the pipeline, like developing Blazor application in VS Code, then how to call this function from JavaScript to C# and vice versa. So that's it for this video, friends. So if you have not subscribed to this my channel, please do subscribe it. And if you have any suggestions, just put it in the comment box. If you have not liked this video, also press that like button. So for now, this much. Thank you. Bye bye.